You think you're not a morning person, but I know the real reason that your mornings are a mess. Welcome back to another episode of Wine Wednesday on AmyTV, where we don't believe in complaining, but if you're gonna whine, pour me some. Would ya? Today's wine of choice is a different one. I have stepped outside of Italy, finally. This is the Charles & Charles Cabernet Sauvignon and Syrah from Washington State. It's one of those labels that really catches your eye at the grocery store, where I'm pretty sure we got this, probably. I'm actually gonna put my wine down. I've had a little, so I'm getting started, but I think I'm gonna get a little too passionate on my white couch today. As many of you know, I'm finishing up my next book, which is all about good morning routines. Listen, if you think that it's gonna be the same kind of crap you've been reading about morning routines forever, I promise you it's not. So go into this conversation today, and if you care about my book down the line, with this in mind. Everyone's morning is different, and that is super important. Not just because we're individuals, but because it's how we operate. You need to lean into what's best for you. Everyone has to wake up, and everyone has to get going with their day, so what you do with that time matters. I kind of just want to dig into what I think the real problem with most mornings for most people is, because saying you're not a morning person is a very easy excuse. So this is the part where you get mad at the morning person for saying that you not being a morning person is an excuse. Ha! I am not a morning person. Nice try. No, but really, I'm not. I have never woken up one time in my life and felt incredibly amazing, okay? It doesn't happen. I don't get up out of bed and just like sing with the birds and float through my day as if all is well. I don't. I have to be a self-starter in everything, including getting out of bed. So keep that in mind first, okay? It's not morning people against non-morning people, especially right here. But I think that's the biggest misconception. If you don't feel your best right off the bat in the mornings, and you haven't done anything, literally anything, to experiment with otherwise, then you just assume that because mornings are not your friend, that you can't possibly be a better version of yourself throughout said mornings. But look at how silly that sounds when you finally say it out loud. Am I right? Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So think about all the things that you've said, I can do that, and because you thought that way, you tried. And the other things that you're like, oh, that'll never be me. And then it was never you, right? You can't win the lottery if you don't play. I personally just don't even think that's real, so I don't play. There you have it. Whether you can or you can't, in your own mind, you're right. So if you really think, oh man, I wish mornings were better for me, but it's against the grain of my soul. Okay, well, keep telling yourself that, because it's going really well for you to not have a good morning. What I actually think the core issue is here is not this classification. That's just the beginning. But everything after that reinforces that fact for you, for your mindset, is what really makes it worse. So you wake up in the morning, you roll over, you look at your phone, you feel a certain way because you've been staring at your phone. I don't care if it's uplifted or not so good. You still spent your time doing that instead of coming to your own thoughts in the morning. Cool. Maybe you're excited about it no matter how you felt afterwards. But then you're in bed a little bit too long. Then you're rushing to get into the shower and you're thinking to yourself, I'm rushing to get into the shower. And then I'm gonna have to rush to work. And then I'm gonna drive like a maniac. And then I'm gonna get to work and I might be a couple minutes late, maybe more. And then I'm gonna see all my coworkers who got there before me and I'm gonna look like the idiot because I'm late. But at least I know it because look, we're rushing, I'm gonna be late. Then you get to work and you stand there and you talk to people about how it was a morning. You know how you're like, oh, it was a morning, right? It's the beginning of a great story. Except for that, we already know how this story ends. And it continues to reinforce the fact that you're not a morning person, therefore you think you can't be a morning person, and it's all about being a morning person, not just using your morning time, which is an actionable thing and not a false classification. This, my dear friends, is simply all of the symptoms and execution behind an addiction to drama. We're all addicted to drama on some level, right? We watch dramatic series on Netflix and we talk dramatically to our friends about the gossip of the day. And we dramatically roll into work sopping wet, walking in the rain, 5 minutes late, and looking a fool. Simply put, this gives us a little bit of adventure in our day. A day that may not be that adventurous, you know it's not gonna be. And you don't really wish for bad things to happen, but sometimes you kind of wish you were living on the edge. And that is where this addiction to drama comes from. And sorry to say it, but you are not a morning person, and that's okay. But you are not good in the morning because you don't wanna be, because you have an addiction to drama. I feel like I need to get hired for the Dr. Phil show right now. You are bad in the morning because you wanna be. That's what he would say, right? Sorry, not sorry. It might just be true. These are better stories to tell. These are what give us some motivation to talk about our lives to other people when we don't really have anything else to say. Or when we do have other things to say, it's just easier to complain. That's why I created this series. Like, literally, to whine and complain. My complaint today is that if you actually think that your mornings suck for any other reason than your own self, extenuating circumstances not included, which do not include being late because you scrolled Instagram and you missed your alarm because you stayed up partying last night. Those are not extenuating circumstances. This is just not how it is. Let me ask you this. Why are you watching my channel right now? I make a lot of videos about your mornings and how to make the most out of them, your time, how to get the most out of it, being organized, going after the life you want. We talk about all of it. Let me ask you, why do you watch these videos about better mornings and you still haven't quite connected the dots on how it works for you? My answer would simply be, oh, if I can't do the 17-step morning routine Amy's doing, then I must suck at it. Or if I can't do what so-and-so does first thing in the morning, it's not for me. Or if I can't fit a workout in because it just doesn't fit my lifestyle before 8 a.m., then what's the point of having a good morning routine? It's all about that. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. It's about what's going to best serve you. So instead of looking for a better story to tell, just have a better story. Don't worry about showing and telling. Just do something for yourself. And I think it's really hard for us to remember that at this moment in time, is to actually just do something for just ourselves. It doesn't have to be on Instagram. I don't know about you, but I don't like posting pictures of myself at 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm barely alive and it's wicked dark out, just so I can tell Instagram, hey, yo, I got up early. What'd you do? Who does that serve? If I have to brag about it to get the benefit of it, then, like, honestly, that makes no sense. P.S. This channel is not dedicated to me bragging about myself waking up at 5 a.m. Okay, I just want to make sure that's clear. I'm literally only here to tell you what I know because I know people want to know what I know. I'm not here to brag. I'm just literally here to tell you what my experience is. I can't talk anymore because I'm getting so amped up. That's why I can't hold wine in my hands right now. Stop with the addiction to drama. Take it out on Netflix. Take it out on happy hour with your girls and, like, gossip or whatever makes you feel good. Like, if you need those moments, I need those moments. I'm not better than that. But if you are addicted to drama to even the effect that you're letting it totally destroy your mindset, your mental health, your ability to experience a little bit of calm or have time for stuff you actually enjoy in life, because it's easier to be late, complain, and talk about how your boss is the reason why you don't have time to do what you do or do what you love to do. Awkward. I know you gotta make a paycheck, but that's on you. There's only so much that even my book, reading a book, watching these videos, getting motivated is gonna do for you. I think it's very clear at this point in time, it's about what you're actually doing for yourself. I'm not saying you need to conquer a mountain tomorrow. I'm just saying, hey, wake up 20 minutes earlier, see how it feels. Have an appointment with yourself. Make your phone sleep in another room, so maybe, just maybe, you disconnect for 20 minutes of your day. This is truly a real first step, a simple first step to going after the life you want. I'm not asking you to be a lark and be up super early and just make yourself feel so good because you listened to a YouTube video. I'm asking you to listen to yourself and figure out how to reverse engineer more of what you actually want in your day, and therefore culmination of all these days to make a good life. So that's the real problem with your mornings. I would love to hear what you think about this. Question of the day is, what is a story you've been telling yourself about your difficult mornings that maybe we can start to prove wrong? leave that in the comments below. And in case you do want to check out the book, it's coming very soon. Shine Squad is definitely going to get first announcement of all of the things to come with the book, but there is also a fun little email list if you just want to get notified of when it's coming out and how you can get your hands on it. Links to both will be in the description below. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. And make sure you subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers. I don't remember the beginning of that sentence.